It is once again time to do a true Western hunt, and I mean that in multiple different ways. Not only are we going to be using Western style rifles, being the lever action rifles, but we're also going to be hunting on a map that is in the Western United States, with that being Layton Lakes. This map is based in the Washington, Oregon area, and it is a perfect map to use these types of rifles on. Not only because everybody around here uses these types of rifles, but also just because it is one of those maps where we can pretty much cover every single class with just the lever action. So we can hunt all the species here, and it'll actually do pretty decent on them for the most part. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and search around for some animals and see if we can find anything good. Well, that appears to be our first buck. It's definitely not an impressive one by any means, but let's actually attempt a quartering shot. I want to see how well it'll actually do, because I don't actually remember. We'll go ahead and take out that other one as well. I don't remember if a quartering shot is a possible one to actually take with the 30-30, because it has had quite a few issues in the past at different angles, but it actually looks like it did okay, so we should be fine to take these types of shots in the future. And let's real quickly just spot these. That's actually a decent level 3, but we already got 2 bucks down, so let's just focus on these guys. That is, I believe, the one that we shot first. I think that had to be the first one that we shot. It's not really anything too impressive. And I guess the second one was actually a doe, which I did not realize. But yeah, those shots did perfectly fine, so I think at close range we shouldn't have any issues penetrating into a lung. But the question is, how's it going to be at longer ranges? It's been a bit since I've used these lever actions, so I'm really curious to see if I remember what shots I can actually take. So typically when I record videos, I try to give myself a couple days in advance so that I have time to perfect the video the way that I want it. I always try to record at least 1 to 2 days ahead of time for that reason. However, today I'm recording this video like 2 hours before it has to go live, so I really don't know how this is going to turn out. I hope it turns out good enough for you guys to still enjoy it. So we're gonna see. I'm not really expecting to find any diamonds or rares in such a short amount of time, but I mean, if we're able to do it, then that would also be amazing. But I think we're mainly gonna focus on just getting some use out of these rifles in this video. Alright, so that's a good looking buck right there. Let's actually break out the old 4570 and see how this thing ends up doing. And actually, I just realized something. I'm pretty sure I used the 4570 on the last couple deer as well. I think I might have. I definitely think that I might have, because of how I've got these placed in my inventory. Let me know down in the comments if I used the 30-30 or the 45-70 on the first deer. I honestly don't remember which one I used. I'm thinking 30-30 because it didn't drop those first two, and this just absolutely dropped them. But at the same time, I feel like I grabbed the slot that had the 45-70 in it instead. I guess we'll see. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so I stand corrected. We are going to find a diamond, just not one that I can take out with the 45-70 or the 30-30. That is a level 3 mallard, and I actually haven't seen one of these in a long time, so that's actually kind of cool. Let's go ahead and get that guy down. Maybe if we're lucky, it'll be a piebald or a brown hybrid or something like that. Kind of like this little one right there that we're also going to take down. However, as we're waiting for that to float over, let's go ahead and claim this black-tailed deer right here. This is one of those racks that looks very similar to the diamond one, but for some reason it's got kind of an odd scoring. Overall spread of 4.41. I don't know how 4.41 is overall spread. That's clearly not the case here. I'm pretty sure this rack is bugged, but it's just interesting to see. However, it's still a good-looking rack nonetheless, just not quite what it should score in my opinion. Okay, so that is the most pathetic black-tailed deer I have ever seen my whole time playing this game. We have to take that out. That is just incredibly tiny. I am actually kind of blown away we have such a small black-tailed deer in front of us right now. Get a shot into it with the 30-30. And we definitely did use the 30-30 on the first couple deer. After hearing that shot right there, I think we did use the correct gun that I wanted to on the first 2 deer that we shot. So I guess that's good. I really was not sure because I have them in slots that I normally wouldn't have them. But let's go ahead and check these out. Don't think that is our 3. Okay, this is definitely the 3 right here. And I'm assuming it's just a common. It is just a common, but it is a diamond at 1980. Look at that. We got ourselves a diamond duck. That's about the last diamond I would have expected to get today, but I'll take it. It's still a diamond, even if it's just a duck. And it died in quite the interesting pose as well. Very interesting, but very cool. And then this other duck is just a basic old piebald male. These are not a rare. I've seen a decent amount of questions about that recently. They are not considered a rare, they are just a regular common because there are so many of them. To the point where it's not even an uncommon, they're just a common. But they're still pretty cool. I mean, if you can manage to get a diamond piebald, then that's still a pretty cool trophy, even though it's not a rare. So, regardless, still try to go for them. Well, I'd say it's safe to say that's the smallest black-tailed deer I've ever shot. I do believe, at least. That thing is just pathetically tiny. I don't think they really get too much smaller than this guy right here. 6140. Wow. That is crazy. That is a very low weight as well. I don't know what the minimum is for the male black-tailed deer. It's going to be different than what it is for the female black-tail, so I'm not 100% sure what minimum weight would be. I think 50 probably. If I were to take a guess, I would say probably 50 or 52 or something along the lines of that. But this is a very small deer. Absolutely puny. Alright, well, let's go ahead and take out this elk right here. I've been having a lot of trouble finding animals to actually take out, so this is gonna have to work, unfortunately. It's not a crazy good level, but I've just been having a crazy bad time trying to find anything besides black-tailed deer. That's been about all I've been able to see, and I think we just messed up our shot even. Well, that's unfortunate. Somebody else shot a moose here, it looks like. That must have been from quite a while ago, but it looks like somebody shot a moose here. And, yeah, they're no longer in the session because there's no information over here. Well, that's interesting. Well, we've got ourselves a moose right here. This is going to be the perfect candidate to be taken out with the 4570. With a perfect heart shot like that. Honestly, it just never gets old seeing a moose drop from a heart shot. Gotta be one of my favorite things to do in this game. It's just heart shot moose like that. It's so satisfying, especially on a big diamond. Unfortunately, this guy's nowhere near that, but it's still satisfying on a normal sized moose as well. And here it is. Let's go ahead and pick that guy up. And as you can see, it does plenty well getting through everything on this moose. Honestly, the 4570 is not a bad rifle. It's just got terrible range, which I feel makes a lot of people not want to use it, including myself. If it had a little bit better range, I have no doubt this gun would get used all the time by many different people. It already has a pretty hardcore fan base, but it just doesn't get used as much as some of the other rifles do. And you know, something else I realized about this whole video idea of using Western-style rifles in the Western United States is we've also been hunting on the western side of the map a lot, which is kind of interesting. I didn't even do that on purpose, it just kind of happened to be the areas that I was hunting in. And it looks like that elk I was about to take out might have spooked off when I tried to do the 22 trick. I think I might have been a little bit too close, so we're gonna have to go look for another one. But I just thought that was kind of interesting that not only are we doing a Western rifle video in the Western US, but it's also the western side of the map, which I think is kind of funny. Alright, well, we got ourselves an elk out here at about 200 meters. Now, we saw how it did at 200 meters last time, so I don't have super high hopes, but I think if I aim a little bit higher, it actually should do a bit better. We're just gonna hope one of those got into a lung. I think I might have aimed just slightly high, but it did actually get it. Or not slightly high, but I think I might have aimed slightly low. I think it definitely made it into at least a single lung, but it's really hard to tell because we did shoot it twice. I guess we'll have to go see what we actually did. There is our elk. Hopefully we actually did end up getting vitals on it. I think we probably did just because of how quick it died. And yeah, we did get left lung on our first shot, so from around 200 meters, you can already see the drop-off in penetration on the Roosevelt elk here. It did great on the moose at around 120 meters, but once you push out to 200 on something roughly the same size, it just does not get as far in as you want it to. That's, I think, one of the reasons why these rifles don't get used quite as often. If they just gave them a little bit more power out at 200 plus meters, I guarantee you guys the lever actions would be some of the top rifles to use, and they'd be able to compete with things like the new ARs and the 303 and things like that. But unfortunately, they're just not good at long range, but I would love them to be great at long range. Now, I definitely don't think they should have as much range as like the 308 or the 30-06. They shouldn't be able to reach out to 350 with no problem, but at least make it so that we can reach out to 200 to 250 meters without having too much penetration or damage drop off. I think that would make them pretty great, and apologies for all this crazy rain. I don't know if this is loud or not, but did not expect that to happen out of nowhere, but let's just do that since she's right here. I mean, we might as well. But anyway, I think we're going to go ahead and end the video there since I do have to get this live in like 2 hours. Or actually, less than 2 hours now. I have like 45 minutes to get this video edited and uploaded. I don't think I'm going to make it on my normal time, so this video is probably uploaded a little bit late, but you guys will obviously know that by the time this goes live. But yeah, if you guys are brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click that like button, and ring that notification bell so that you guys will never miss any of the future uploads. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below on what type of weird and different things I should do in future videos. Should I do more random wheel stuff? Should I do more 60-minute trophy challenge? Should I do more just weird and different loadouts? Let me know down below what you guys would most like to see, and I will do my best to respond to as many of the comments and possibly do the videos of the ones that are most requested. So leave that comment down below and let me know what you want me to do, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!